Namaste everyone, and welcome once again to another yoga practice this evening. It's still a little bit light, so as you can see, it's not going to be a nighttime practice. This is going to be an evening practice, which will be great for after work. So you just stopped work, you came home, before you're going to make your dinner for your kids, your husband, your wife, whoever is there at home with you, or for yourself, can also be, of course. Uh, so before you start making dinner, this will be a great practice to do. So in this yoga practice, we're gonna do something different. We're gonna combine Hatha with Yin Yoga today. And not really Yin Yoga, we're more going to do a bit of restorative yoga as well. So for the first part, we're primarily gonna do some Hatha Yoga. So it's a bit more stretching, the muscles primarily. And after that, we're gonna do some restorative. So we're gonna go into a really relaxing mode. So yeah, as you can see here already, I've got quite some props today to use. So what I'm having here is 3 pillows, 2 blocks, and a blanket. Also, when we begin the practice, we're also gonna focus a bit on our breathing, and we're also gonna do a little bit of a relaxing meditation already. So, without further ado, let's begin with this after work relaxation yoga practice. Alright, and first of all, we're gonna sit in a comfortable position just to make sure that you are going to be able for the next 5 to 10 minutes to be in this position, very comfortable, very relaxing, without any strain in your body. So if you found that position, it can be cross-legged, it can be with your both feet next to each other, it can even be that you're on a pillow or on a block. Whatever you prefer, go into that position right now. And if you found this comfortable position that you can hold for the next 5 to 10 minutes, you can gently close your eyes and then focus on your breathing. And first of all, we're gonna just focus on the breathing without thinking anything at all, without changing anything at all. So there is no judgment here. There is no good, there is no wrong. There's just your breath at this moment. The way it is fine for now. And then slowly you start to deepen your breath a little bit. Even though your breath might be already quite relaxing, we're still gonna deepen it just a little bit to make it extra profound. And then when you feel that your body is more and more relaxing, start to feel the contact points of your body with the mat. So you can feel where your body is touching the mat. So your buttocks, maybe your knees are touching the mat, your legs, your calves, whatever is touching the mat, be aware of these points, of these pressure points. And then gently start to feel that on every exhale, Your body starts getting heavier and heavier, and you feel that these points are sinking deeper and deeper into the mat. Feel that you're getting more and more relaxed, getting deeper and deeper into the mat, into the earth. It's like Mother Earth is sucking you into the ground, into the floor. But no worries, of course. This is not really happening. It's just the way that it feels. Your body is getting heavier and heavier. Just because it's getting more and more relaxed. The muscles are relaxing completely, getting heavier. And then gently, on your own pace, you can let go of this sensation and listen to my voice clearly now. We're going to gently come back into this room, into this space. So first of all, we're going to have a very deep inhale and then a little sigh. We're going to do this 2 more times. And then one last time. And then if you want, you can bring your hands together in front of your chest and then lower your head. Your chin comes towards your chest. And here you can gently open your eyes again, adjust them to the light again, and bring your head back up. Release the hands again. And then here on the inhale, we're going to raise both arms. We're going to lengthen the spine. Oh, you can't see my hands, but they can touch each other if you want. And on the exhale, you're going to bring your right hand to the right side and then your left hand over your head. And then just for a couple of breaths, you're going to stay here just to feel that stretch into your left side. Then on the inhale, you come back up with a straight spine. Again, here you can bring your hands together. You can bring them, leave them out of each other. I'm going to quickly put this aside just a little bit. And then I'm going to bring our left hand to our left side and the right hand comes overhead. And again, we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. And we're going to stay also in this position. We're not going to go too far. So our forearm comes onto the mat, not going too deeply just yet. And then on the inhale, we come back up again. Release our hands again. We're going to bring our hands backwards. So we're going to bring our hands after our body. We're going to open the chest. And then on the next inhale, we're going to bring our chin up, open the chest. And here as well, we're going to stay for a couple of breaths. And once again, we're not going to go too deep just yet. It's still quite early in the practice. So we're going to make sure that we're going to do it very gently. We're going to gently start our yoga practice. And then exhale, we're gonna bring our head back to the center. Arms back on our knees. And then we're gonna take our front leg. If you're in a cross-legged position, you take the top leg, whatever feels best for you. For me, it's my left leg now. So I'm gonna take with my right arm, put the foot into my elbow, well, or the elbow pit, or whatever it's called again. And then with my other arm, I'm gonna go around my knee, and I'm gonna take my leg with me and bring it right in front of my chest, and then just very gently gonna sway it a little bit, just like a baby. If you want, you can sing a little lullaby if you like to, but don't feel that you must do this. And you can close your eyes as well, just to be really aware of the sensation that this is giving you, of what areas this position, this movement is going to take care of. Alright, and then you can bring your foot back, and then we're going to straight into the other side. So we're going to take our right leg now, same way as you did before. Take your leg and then close your eyes and sway a little bit back and forth, left and right, with your right leg. And then on exhale, gently we're going to release our right leg, and then we're going to bring both legs forward. And when both legs are forward, we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, and on the exhale we're going to bring our upper body forward into Paschimottanasana. And also here we're going to stay a couple of breaths. Again, this is just one of the first poses, so don't go too deep just yet. It's also just to get rid of this after work stiffness rather than going very deep into the poses. It's more about relaxation rather than having a deep body stretch. And then on the next inhale, come back up again, bring your body into a neutral position again. And then from here, we're gonna bring our left leg over our right leg. And then we're gonna bring our arm, so right arm over the left leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, bring the left hand backwards, and then make a little twist here. And it's our first twist, so even here, don't go too far just yet. Then inhale, come back to the center again, bring back your both legs. Then we're gonna switch sides, so now our right foot is gonna come over our left leg. Left hand goes over our left arm goes over our right leg. And then on the next exhale, we're gonna make a little twist here for a little easy Lord of the Fish pose. And then on the next inhale, we're coming back into the center again. Both legs will be joining each other once again. And then the next position, we're gonna go into a butterfly, but the thing is, we're not gonna go with our feet too close towards our groins. So we're gonna actually put our feet together, let the feet fall open just a little bit, and your feet have to come in such a position that they are shaped like a diamond. So that's gonna make it easier to go forward. So it's also gonna be a bit nicer on your groins. We're still gonna focus on the hips though, so don't worry, you'll still feel a little bit of stretch in your body. But I've chosen to do this position because we're gonna go a little bit into turtle pose, so we're gonna prepare a little bit for turtle pose now. So if you've done this and you found a comfortable position for you, on the inhale, lengthen the spine, and then on the exhale, bend forward. And if you want, you can take your hands, wrap your hands around your feet, and it's just like reading a book, like you're opening the book just to make sure that you can read your book. And then on the next inhale, you gently come up again. Then we're gonna do a little counter pose. So we're gonna put our feet into the mat. Knees are bent about 90 degrees, more or less, maybe a little bit more, that's no problem. Hands on the mat behind our back, behind our buttocks, fingers facing towards your buttocks. And then on the inhale, we're gonna open the chest, we're gonna bring our head backwards. So we're just gonna do a little back bend here as well. And then on the next exhale, you come back to the center. So when you're back in the center, we're actually gonna do something quite similar. The legs can stay here though. We're gonna bring our feet a little bit further and hip width apart. On the inhale, we're gonna lengthen the spine. And then on the exhale, we're gonna bring our hands through our legs. And we're gonna take both feet. We're not gonna go too far just yet, just to give you this little sensation. If you're already feeling quite a big stretch now, be aware that you might not be going into turtle pose today, which is perfectly fine, you don't have to. I will also tell you that you can go into butterfly if we are doing turtle pose today. Now on the inhale, we come back up again, and the next pose already will be turtle pose. So there are actually two options here. You can go for the wide-legged option, or you can go for the butterfly legs option. So it's up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. Also, maybe I'll show both of them, so you can just practice both of them. Pause the video and see what fits best for you. So I will start explaining them. First of all, we're gonna bring our feet further than hip width apart. The side of our feet is coming into the mat, so the outside of the feet are coming into the mat. And then inhale, we're gonna lengthen our spine. And then exhale, our hands are coming through our legs. And then we're gonna bend forward. So that's the first option on the inhale. I'm coming out already because I love the next one. So we're gonna go into diamond pose. No, sorry, not diamond pose, it's a completely different position. We're coming into butterfly legs position. On the inhale, I'm gonna lengthen my spine. And then exhale, I'm gonna wrap my arms underneath my legs. I'm gonna take my feet together and I'm gonna bring my forehead to my feet. You can go with this option, or you can take your arms outside. Both of these are fine. So if you've done both versions now, pick the asana that you like the most, and you can go into there immediately together with me. And then inhale, slowly come back up. Make sure that you don't pull your arms from underneath your legs, because they might get stuck a little bit and then you might dislocate something, which is not really what we want with yoga. Alright, and then from here we're going to place our feet back into the mat, and we're going to do the same position as we did a couple of asanas back. So we're going to bring our hands back into the mat, fingers facing towards our buttocks, open the chest, and then bring your head backwards. And then just for a couple of breaths, we stay here. And then on the next exhale, we come back into a neutral position. And then we're going to bring our legs back in front of us. And now we're going to do a little back stretch. If you have any disc hernia or any problem with the spine, please refrain from this pose, because this is going to be quite intensive on your spine. You can do it a little bit, but I will tell you when you've reached that point to stop. And then actually we're gonna bring our hands backwards, so our left hand is at our right hip and our right hand is like in the middle of the back of the mat. If you have any spinal issues, is it even a word? Doesn't matter. If you have any issues with your spine, this is the moment that you're going to stop already. If you don't have any issues, you can walk all the way back. Make sure, oh yeah, that's it. Your left hip can come off the mat just a little bit, and then your forehead comes onto the mat. And then on the inhale, we come back up again. We're not staying too long in this position. And then we're going to go immediately into the other side. So once again, right hand next to our left hip, left hand in the middle of our mat, at the back of the mat, or even somewhere in the middle. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that it's right behind you. And then we're going to place our hands more towards each other, and we're going to bring our forehead to the mat. And then on the inhale, we come back up. Alright, so that was it for the Hatha part. Now we're going to go back into Yin Restorative as well. So now it's going to be more relaxing. If you didn't take your props just yet, get them now before we start with the next couple of exercises, the next asanas. I also want to say, I know for the people that have done yoga with me already, they know when I'm doing yin yoga, it's more like 2 to 4 minutes maximum. We're going to do restorative yoga now a little bit, so we're going to be a bit longer in the next couple of positions. We're going to use more props to be sure that we're going to be really comfortable. So don't worry, we're going to be in here longer, but we're going to be much more comfortable. So we're not going to feel that deep stretch in our body while we're going into these positions. As you can see, I'm already preparing myself to go into a butterfly. And as I said before, we're not going to go into it too deeply. So make sure that the moment you feel like an aching stretch in your groins, you've gone a bit too far. So you can put your feet a little bit back. A little stretch is completely fine, no problem. Even with restorative yoga, we should feel something, right? That's why we're doing yoga. So after that, we're gonna take our pillows, we're gonna put them behind us. So in such a way that your whole back is gonna be covered. And I always put another pillow on top of where my head is gonna be, more or less, just to make sure that my head is a little bit elevated while my back is still on the lower mat. Also, if you have knee issues, make sure that you take a couple of blocks, or even if you don't have knee issues, it's also fine. And you can put these blocks underneath your knees, which might also be really comfortable to not to be worried about the gravity pulling them down, which can also have an effect on your groins. And then we're going to be in this position for 5 minutes. So we're gently coming down, and we're going to be here for 5 minutes. So to be really comfortable, you can open up your arms. You can bring your arms to your side. Put the back of the palms, the back of the hands onto the mat or onto the floor, because this is going to nicely open up the shoulders. And then for 5 minutes, just stay here. And if you feel that you're going to be distracted, if you feel that more and more thoughts are coming into your mind, just focus on your breathing. I'm not going to be talking for the next 5 minutes, so make sure that you have the tools to stay in this position for 5 minutes. Very good. We've done the 5 minutes now. So very gently open your eyes again. Adjust the light, adjust the eyes to let the eyes adjust to the light and gently come out of this position. Very good. Well, I'm a bit groggy now, so you can put the blocks aside for the next pose. We're gonna come onto our belly, where we're gonna put one pillow next to our hip. Doesn't matter which one, we're gonna do both sides. Anyway, one pillow in front of us, and then we're gonna raise, bring our right leg or our left leg into a 90-degree angle, and we're gonna put our cheek on our pillowcase. So if you've put the right leg on the pillow, the left cheek goes on the other pillow, and if you've done it the other way around, you do it the other way around. In this position, in the half frog, we're gonna stay for about 3 minutes. So just relax. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes again. We bring back our legs together, and then we're gonna put the pillow next to our other hip, and immediately we're gonna go onto the next side. So now the other leg comes into a 90-degree angle, and the other cheek comes onto your other pillow in front of you. And also here we're gonna stay for the next 3 minutes. Then gently bring your legs back together next to each other and gently open your eyes again. So the next thing we're gonna do is legs up the wall. So we don't need any props for this, but what I want to do is put some pillowcases next to our hips, because from here we're gonna go into a twist. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put our hip, one of our hip, it doesn't matter which one, whichever feels comfortable to you. We're gonna put our hip really close to the wall. We're gonna bring our hands back, and then from here we're gonna lower our body and bring our legs up. And if you want, if you feel that you're too far away from the wall, you can gently bring your buttocks a bit closer. And then if you want, you can bring your arms onto the onto the pillows. And we're gonna be here for 5 minutes. This position is great for people who work all day, standing, walking around, just to make sure that the blood and just to make sure that all the fluids are going back into the right position. Because when you're standing up the entire day, everything goes into your legs, into your feet, and this gives your body the chance to get back to neutral. And then close your eyes. And for the next 5 minutes, you can just focus on your breathing. All right. And then from here, we're actually going to go into a twist. We're going to go into a gentle twist. So we're going to bring our feet lower towards our body. So we're going to walk our feet 1 or 2 feet down. And then from here, we're going to open the arms a little bit until they're in one line with our shoulders. And then from here, we're going to bring our legs onto the pillow next to your hip. So if you lower to the left side, you can stay here with your head in the center, or you can decide to go a bit deeper into the position, to the asana, to also stretch your neck a little bit. You can bring your head, your cheek, your right cheek, to the right side. And we're going to stay here for 3 minutes. Now on the inhale, you can walk your feet back on the wall. Head comes back into the center, and on the exhale, you bring your feet to the other side, and the same with the head. And then on the inhale, you walk your feet back together. And then well, you can go on the side again. We actually didn't need to walk back to the center. We're gonna come back away from the wall and we're gonna actually prepare ourselves for the last position, which is Shavasana. And to go in Shavasana for this yoga practice, we're also gonna need a couple of props. So you can bring your pillows back in the same position as we've done before into supine supine butterfly. So the moment you go backwards, you fall into the pillows, which is gonna be really superb. Then I'm gonna use my blanket. If you want, you can put it on top of you, but which is also very relaxing. It's just to put the blanket underneath. Well, make a little sausage out of it first, like this, and then put it underneath your knees. If you want your knees to be a bit higher, which is even more comfortable, you can take two pillows and put them underneath, but in this room at this moment I don't have any other pillows anymore, so c'est la vie. This also works fine. And then when you're ready, you can go and lay down onto your back. Make sure that your shoulders are wide open, that your arms are next to your body, that the back of your hands is also onto the floor rather than facing upwards. And then you can close your eyes again. And like in the beginning, we're going to focus again on our breathing. Now for the first minute, we're not going to do anything at all. So the way you are breathing, you're just going to observe. You're just going to make sure that you watch your breathing rather than forcing something. Then when you've watched a little bit at your breath, make it deeper. So every inhale and exhale, it's going to be a bit deeper than before. You don't have to do anything special. You just have to go that little extra length. You just be a bit more aware of how you are inhaling and how you are exhaling. So if you want, you can go with the inhalation until the point that you feel a stretch in your belly. But don't go too far, so make sure that you don't overstretch your belly, of course. And then on the exhale, you're gonna let your belly collapse into your body until that point where there is no air anymore in your lungs. And when you're doing this, you become aware of all the points of your body that are touching the mat or the floor. So feel consciously where the back of your body is touching the mat, touching the floor. And feel that with every exhale, your body is going deeper and deeper into the mat, into the floor, making you more and more relaxed.
let go of all these images and just relax. And for the next 5 minutes, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to be aware of anything. You just have to be and not do anything at all. And now, on your own pace, bring back little movements into your body. Let's first start with your fingers and your toes as well. Keep it small, very gentle. And then you can slowly bring back movement into the feet and hands. And then your arms and your legs. And if you want, you can even stretch yourself completely. Yeah, very nice. And on your own pace, you can come onto your right side. And then from here, you can push yourself up into a seated position. Make sure you still have your eyes closed. And take your time. Then bring your hands together in front of your chest. If you'd like, don't feel that you have to. Bring back your chin to your chest and open up your eyes again. And then raise your head again. Alright, I hope you feel as relaxed and refreshed as I am at this moment. I'm going to end this video right now. I want you guys to know that keep it a bit quiet for the next couple of half an hour, minutes, half an hour more or less, just to make sure that you give your body and your mind the time again to get into this time, into this space, and make sure that when you start to cook, that you feel really aware, really into the space that you're at. If you still have to make your dinner, of course. I'm gonna do it right now as well, so all for that rest for me to say is Namaste, and I will see you next time again.